Gentlemen, let me ask you something. How much money have you spent on green tea in the last year? $50? 100? Maybe more? What if I told you that almost every single cup you've been drinking has been a complete waste? Not because green tea is bad, it's actually one of the most powerful natural compounds for male vitality, but because your body isn't absorbing any of it. It's passing right through you like water through a sieve. I'm Dr. Lila Romano, a urologist with over 10 years of experience helping men reclaim their energy and performance. And today, I'm going to show you how adding one simple ingredient to your green tea can increase its absorption by up to 2,000%. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal exactly which ingredient is right for your specific needs, whether it's circulation, testosterone, or blood sugar control. Before we talk about the solution, you need to understand why this matters so much. Green tea has been sold to you as a miracle drink. And honestly, it should be. It's packed with powerful antioxidants called catechins, particularly one called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. This compound is responsible for almost everything good about green tea. It fights inflammation, protects your cells from damage, boosts metabolism, and supports healthy blood flow. All things that matter desperately to men over 50. But here's the problem nobody tells you. EGCG is one of the most unstable, fragile compounds in nature. From the moment it hits hot water, it starts breaking down. As it travels through your acidic stomach, it degrades even further. By the time it reaches your small intestine, where absorption is supposed to happen, most of its power is already gone. Studies show that without enhancement, your body only absorbs about 5% of the catechins in green tea. That means 95% of what you're paying for is going straight into the toilet. And it gets worse as you age. After 50, your digestive system becomes less efficient. Your gut lining, which pulls nutrients from food, gets worn down. Stomach acid production changes. Enzyme activity slows. So even that small 5% absorption rate, it drops even lower. You're essentially drinking expensive flavored water with a tiny fraction of the benefits you were promised. I see this in my practice constantly. Men come in exhausted, frustrated, with declining energy and performance. They're doing everything right, eating well, exercising, drinking green tea every morning, and nothing's changing. That's because they're not actually getting the nutrients they think they're getting. Their bodies are locked out of the vault, and they don't even know it. But here's the good news. There's a simple fix, and it costs less than $2. Let me share what finally convinced me this was a problem worth solving. A few years ago, I had a patient, let's call him Robert, who was 56 years old. He came to me complaining of weak erections, low energy, and brain fog. His testosterone was on the lower end of normal, but not low enough for treatment. He was already doing everything I usually recommend. He exercised 4 times a week. He ate a Mediterranean diet. He drank 2 cups of green tea every single day because he'd read it was good for circulation. I ran a specialized test called a polyphenol absorption panel. It measures how much of these plant compounds actually make it into your bloodstream. Robert's levels were shockingly low, barely detectable, despite drinking green tea religiously for 5 years. That's when I started digging into the research. What I found changed everything. A landmark study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that adding a bioavailability enhancer to green tea increased catechin absorption by 13-fold. 13 times more of the active compounds making it into the bloodstream. Another study in molecular nutrition and food research found that certain natural compounds could increase EGCG levels in the blood by over 2,000%. Not 20%, 2,000%. I had Robert make one simple change to his morning routine. Within 3 weeks, he reported more energy. Within 6 weeks, he noticed stronger morning erections. Within 12 weeks, his follow-up polyphenol panel showed levels 8 times higher than before, and he hadn't changed anything else. That's when I knew I had to share this with more men. The first and most powerful ingredient you can add to your green tea is something you probably already have in your kitchen: black pepper. Now I know what you're thinking. Dr. Lila, pepper in my tea? That sounds disgusting. But hear me out, because the science here is absolutely fascinating. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine. This is the molecule that gives pepper its distinctive bite. But piperine does something remarkable in your body. It acts as what we call a bioavailability enhancer. Essentially, it inhibits certain enzymes in your liver and intestines that normally break down nutrients before they can be absorbed. Think of it this way. Your liver is like a security guard whose job is to break down and eliminate foreign compounds. It's very good at its job, too good, actually. When EGCG from green tea enters your system, your liver immediately starts destroying it, thinking it's protecting you. Piperine temporarily tells that security guard to stand down. It says, hey, this compound is friendly. Let it through. And suddenly, instead of 5% absorption, you're getting 50%, 60%, even 70% absorption of those powerful catechins. A study published in Plantamedica in 1998, this is the landmark research, showed that piperine increased the bioavailability of curcumin by 2,000%. Follow-up studies showed similar effects with other polyphenol, including the catechins in green tea. A more recent study from 2011 in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry confirmed that piperine significantly enhanced EGCG absorption in human subjects. Here's exactly how to use it. You need fresh ground black pepper, not the pre-ground stuff that's been sitting in your pantry for years. Piperine degrades rapidly once the peppercorn is cracked open and exposed to oxygen. Get an inexpensive pepper grinder. You can find one for $5 at any grocery store. Every morning, after you brew your green tea and let it cool slightly to drinking temperature, add exactly 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. That's about 3 turns of a standard grinder. Stir it well. Let it sit for about 2 minutes so the piperine can infuse into the liquid. Now, does it taste like regular green tea? No. It has a slight bite, a warming sensation on the back of your tongue. But here's what's interesting. Many men actually grow to love it. They describe it as feeling more substantial, more medicinal. And knowing that every sip is now delivering 13 times more of the active compounds, that psychological boost alone makes the flavor worth it. One warning, if you're on certain medications, blood thinners, antidepressants, or blood pressure medications, piperine can also increase the absorption of those drugs. Talk to your doctor before adding this to your daily routine if you're on any prescriptions. Safety first, always. Now, if the idea of pepper in your tea just doesn't appeal to you, I have an equally powerful alternative that might actually improve the taste. I'm talking about adding fresh lemon juice. This isn't just about flavor. There's profound science happening here that protects those fragile catechins in a completely different way. Remember how I mentioned that EGCG breaks down rapidly in acidic environments like your stomach? Well, here's the counterintuitive part. When you add vitamin C, ascorbic acid, to green tea before you drink it, that vitamin C acts like a molecular bodyguard. It wraps around the catechin molecules, creating a protective shield that keeps them stable as they pass through your digestive system. A groundbreaking study from Purdue University, published in 2007 in the journal Molecular Nutrition and Food Research, found that adding vitamin C to green tea increased catechin recovery after digestion by 5-fold. Another study from 2016 showed that lemon juice specifically increased the amount of catechins that remained bioavailable after simulated digestion by up to 80%. But vitamin C does more than just protect the catechins. It's a powerhouse nutrient for men's health on its own. Vitamin C is absolutely critical for collagen production. And collagen isn't just for skin, it's the primary structural protein in your blood vessels. The walls of your arteries are made of collagen. When those walls are strong and flexible, blood flows easily. When they're weak or damaged, you get stiffness, poor circulation, and yes, erectile dysfunction. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men with higher vitamin C intake had significantly better endothelial function. That's a fancy way of saying their blood vessels could relax and expand more easily, exactly what you need for strong, reliable erections. Vitamin C also helps your body produce more nitric oxide, the master molecule that signals your blood vessels to open wide and let blood rush in. Here's your exact protocol. After brewing your green tea, squeeze the juice of half a fresh lemon, about 1 tablespoon, directly into your cup. Use fresh lemon, not bottled lemon juice. The bottled stuff has been pasteurized, which destroys much of the vitamin C. Stir it well. You'll notice the tea gets slightly cloudy. That's the catechins binding to the ascorbic acid. That's exactly what you want to see. The taste? Honestly, it's delicious. It brightens the tea, cuts any bitterness, and gives it a refreshing citrus note that most men actually prefer to plain green tea. My patients tell me it feels like drinking something from a spa. And knowing that you're protecting and enhancing those powerful compounds while simultaneously strengthening your blood vessels? That's the definition of a high-leverage health hack. Pro tip: drink it within 30 minutes of adding the lemon. After that, the vitamin C starts to degrade from light and air exposure, and you lose some of that protective effect. Now let's talk about the third option, and this one is specifically for men who struggle with circulation issues. I'm talking about cold hands and feet, a general sense of sluggishness, or that feeling that your body just isn't firing on all cylinders. For these symptoms, your best addition to green tea is fresh ginger. Ginger has been used in traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine for over 5,000 years as a circulation booster and warming agent. Modern science has now confirmed what ancient healers knew intuitively. Ginger contains powerful compounds called gingerols and shogales. These molecules have two critical effects on your cardiovascular system. First, they're potent vasodilators. That means they signal your blood vessels to relax and open wider, allowing more blood to flow through. A 2017 study published in Nutrition showed that ginger supplementation significantly improved flow-mediated dilation, a clinical measure of how well your arteries can expand. Better arterial expansion means better blood flow to every part of your body, including your penis. Second, ginger is one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Chronic low-grade inflammation is the silent killer of male vitality. It damages the delicate endothelial lining of your blood vessels, making them stiff and less responsive. It interferes with nitric oxide production. It even suppresses testosterone production by creating oxidative stress in the testicles. A 2012 study found that men who took ginger daily for 3 months increased their testosterone levels by 17.7%. That's significant. But here's what makes ginger particularly interesting when combined with green tea. Both ginger and green tea catechins work on similar inflammatory pathways, but through different mechanisms. They're synergistic. Together, they create a 1-2 punch against inflammation that's more powerful than either one alone. Your protocol: add a thin slice of fresh ginger root, about the size of a 1/4 and 1/8 inch thick, to your cup when you pour the hot water for your tea. Let it steep together for 5 to 7 minutes. You want the water hot enough to extract the gingerols, but not boiling, which can destroy some of the delicate compounds. Alternatively, if fresh ginger isn't convenient, use 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger powder. Just know that fresh is significantly more potent. The taste is warming, slightly spicy, with a pleasant kick that complements the earthiness of green tea beautifully. Many men describe feeling an actual warmth spreading through their chest and abdomen within 10 to 15 minutes of drinking it. That's the vasodilation happening in real time. That's your circulation waking up. One patient of mine, a 61-year-old with chronically cold extremities and sluggish energy, added ginger to his morning green tea. Within 2 weeks, his wife commented that his hands felt warm for the first time in years. Within a month, he reported feeling more alive throughout the day, less brain fog, more motivation, and yes, more interest in intimacy. The fourth and final ingredient is specifically for men dealing with two interrelated problems: blood sugar instability and stubborn belly fat. I'm talking about cinnamon, but not just any cinnamon. You need Ceylon Cinnamon, also called true cinnamon, not the cheaper cashew variety that's in most grocery stores. Let me explain why this matters so much for men over 50. As you age, your cells become less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that tells your cells to absorb sugar from your bloodstream and use it for energy. When your cells stop listening to insulin, your blood sugar stays elevated. Your pancreas pumps out more insulin to compensate. And chronically high insulin does 3 terrible things to male vitality. First, it signals your body to store fat, particularly around your abdomen. That visceral belly fat isn't just cosmetic, it's metabolically active tissue that actually converts testosterone into estrogen. More belly fat equals less testosterone. Second, high insulin suppresses sex. Hormone binding globulin production in your liver, which throws off your entire hormonal balance. Third, chronic high blood sugar damages blood vessels through a process called glycation, where sugar molecules literally stick to the proteins in your arterial walls, making them stiff and inflexible. Cinnamon is one of the most well-researched natural compounds for improving insulin sensitivity. A meta-analysis published in 2013 in the Annals of Family Medicine reviewed 10 randomized controlled trials and found that cinnamon significantly lowered fasting blood glucose levels. Another study showed that just 1 gram of cinnamon daily, about half a teaspoon, improved insulin sensitivity by 23% within 40 days. But here's the critical detail most people miss. Cassia cinnamon, which is what you'll find in most stores, contains high levels of a compound called coumarin. Coumarin can be toxic to the liver in high doses. Ceylon cinnamon has 250 times less coumarin, making it safe for daily consumption. It's slightly more expensive, maybe $8 to $10 for a small jar, but it's absolutely worth it if you're using it daily. Your protocol: add 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your brewed green tea. Stir vigorously. Cinnamon doesn't dissolve, it suspends in a liquid. Drink it while gently stirring to keep the cinnamon from settling at the bottom. The taste is warm, slightly sweet, and incredibly comforting. It transforms your green tea into something that feels almost dessert-like without any added sugar. And you're simultaneously supporting healthy blood sugar levels, reducing inflammation, and creating a hormonal environment where testosterone can thrive. A 58-year-old patient of mine with prediabetes added Ceylon cinnamon to his morning green tea. After 8 weeks, his fasting blood glucose dropped from 118 to 97. His waist measurement decreased by 2 inches. And he reported more consistent energy throughout the day with none of the afternoon crashes he'd experienced for years. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Lila, which one should I use? Let me make this simple for you. Choose black pepper if your main goal is pure optimization. You want the most powerful, research-backed bioavailability boost available. You're relatively healthy, you just want to make sure every sip of that green tea is actually getting into your system. Black pepper is the foundation, the master key that unlocks everything else. Choose fresh lemon juice if you prefer a better taste and you're specifically concerned about blood vessel health. The vitamin C is literally rebuilding the collagen in your artery walls while protecting those fragile catechins. This is perfect for men worried about cardiovascular health or erectile function. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Choose fresh ginger if you're dealing with circulation problems. Cold hands and feet, sluggish energy, that feeling of being stuck. Ginger creates an immediate warmth you can feel within minutes. Your chest warms, your extremities tingle, your whole system wakes up. This is ideal. For men whose vitality has significantly declined and need something that works fast, choose Ceylon cinnamon if blood sugar control and belly fat are your biggest concerns. Those afternoon energy crashes, prediabetes, metabolic issues. Cinnamon breaks that cycle while tasting pleasant enough to stick with long term. And here's my honest recommendation. Don't try to use all 4 at once. Your body needs time to adapt, and you won't know what's actually working. Start with 1. Black pepper if you're unsure. Commit to it for 21 days, 3 full weeks. That's how long it takes for your body to adapt and for you to notice genuine changes in energy, circulation, and vitality. After 3 weeks, if you want to experiment, try cycling. Use black pepper for a month, then switch to lemon for a month. Or combine 2, like lemon and ginger together, for a more comprehensive approach. Listen to your body. It will tell you what's working. Let's talk about realistic expectations, because I don't want you giving up before the magic happens. This isn't a pharmaceutical drug that hits you immediately. This is about restoring your body's natural ability to absorb and use the nutrients it needs. In week 1, you probably won't notice much. Maybe a subtle warmth after drinking, especially with ginger. Maybe slightly more alertness. Your body is adjusting. Weeks 2 to 3 is where most men start noticing real changes. Energy feels more stable throughout the day. that mid-afternoon slump might disappear. Better mental clarity, less brain fog. Some men report better sleep quality because the antioxidants are reducing inflammation. Weeks 4 to 6 is when the vascular benefits become noticeable. Better circulation means warmer hands and feet. Morning erections may return or become firmer. You might feel more desire, more readiness. Your workouts might feel stronger. Weeks 8 to 12 is where the compounding effects really show up. Better hormonal balance. Visible reduction in belly fat if you're using cinnamon. Consistently higher energy. A general sense of vitality and confidence you might not have felt in years. The key word here is consistency. This only works if you do it every single day. Miss a day here and there, fine. But if you're only doing it occasionally, you're not going to see results. Your body needs that daily signal, that daily dose of bioavailable nutrients to create lasting change. Before you rush to your kitchen, I need to give you some important safety information. These are natural ingredients, yes, but natural doesn't always mean harmless, especially if you're on medications. If you're using black pepper, know that piperine increases the absorption of many medications, not just nutrients. Blood thinners, antidepressants, blood pressure drugs, piperine could make them more potent than intended. Talk to your doctor first. If you have acid reflux or GERD, lemon juice might aggravate your symptoms. Start with just half a tablespoon to test. And citric acid can erode tooth enamel over time, so consider drinking through a straw and rinsing afterward. Ginger has mild blood-thinning effects. If you're on anticoagulants or facing surgery, clear it with your doctor first. Some men get mild heartburn from ginger. If that's you, reduce the amount. Even Ceylon cinnamon should be limited to 1 teaspoon daily maximum. More isn't better. Finally, if you have severely low testosterone or serious erectile dysfunction, these hacks are supportive but not curative. You need proper medical evaluation. Don't use natural remedies as a substitute for necessary medical care. Gentlemen, here's the truth. You've been sold a bill of goods. The health industry tells you to drink green tea, buy expensive supplements, follow complicated protocols, but nobody tells you that your body can't actually use most of what you're consuming. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You can pour all the water you want, but it's just going to run right through. Today, I've given you 4 simple, inexpensive ways to patch that hole. Black pepper, lemon juice, ginger, cinnamon. Each one costs less than $5. Each one transforms your daily green tea from an expensive placebo into a genuinely powerful tool for vitality. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, choose one. Just one. Add it to your green tea. Do it every single day for the next 21 days. Keep a simple journal, just 1 sentence each day about how you feel, your energy level, your mood, any changes you notice. I promise you, by day 21, you'll feel the difference. And you'll never go back to drinking plain, useless green tea again. If this information helped you, please hit that subscribe button. Share this video with a friend, a brother, a father who's struggling with low energy or declining vitality. Leave a comment below and tell me which ingredient you're starting with. I read every single comment and I love hearing your success stories. This is Dr. Lila Romano, and I'll see you in the next video.